Are you puzzled? I am. I definitely am. Wow. Puzzles, man. Gotta do them. They're good for the brain. Nifty. A tree. A happy little tree. Where's everybody? It's Sunday and there's one person in here? Wow. What's going on? How to Have a Boring Chat by Michael Nelson. There's one like and two people. Wow. Why is there... Oh, that's the roof. Two people and one like. It's very quiet out there. Are we hunting wabbits? Maybe. Maybe we're hunting wabbits. Look, it's Gail. How are you, Gail? Gail is back in style. What is this? Oh, that's a horse carriage. That's a horse carriage, my boy. They don't see them anymore. They had those back when I was a kid. Hi, Dr. Mantis. I'm well. You would do that, Gail. Should I kick you out of here? I'm joking. But seriously, why do people do that? So much contrived people. That goes there, but wow, where does this go? Does that go there? Let's see, where's the boat at? Nope, that's above the bow line. That's going okay. Do you feel like we're in a civil war in this country? I do. I feel like I'm in a battle. I feel like I'm in the trenches every day. What is this? Is this the bridge? What does this go to? Goes to something, but what? Oh yeah, the top of the bridge. The covered bridge. Hey Thomas, I'm all right. How are you? You know, right now I'm just kind of like on edge a little bit. I'm going to tell you something. Being on this internet, it messes with your psyche. Can I just say that? Me being bold and me being out here messes with your psyche. Ha! He ain't gonna give me no money. Nobody gonna give me money. Nobody. Somebody, oh my gosh. Somebody requested $25 on my Cash App. Don't even know who it is. I'm like, denied. That just floored me. As if. I'm not a money-making channel, and you're going to go and ask me to give you money. I don't even know who it was. Now, that's just crazy. What do y'all think of that? Go to Trump. There's actually a site you can ask Trump for money. See, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it. I just feel so wrong about even doing that. Can you really ask for money? Mr. President, do you have enough money for me to buy a cheeseburger? Well, son, I don't think so. Remember Percy Ross? He had a column. People would write him requesting money. In the papers, he was syndicated. Do you remember that? Trump sociale. So here's what blows me away. Percy Ross was rich and he had a column in some of the bigger papers in America. And people would write in saying, you know, I don't have any money. I got to go through a surgery. I can't afford it. And he would write back and publish their letter. Say, well, I checked you out. You claimed you had this and this, and I checked and found out you were making over $100,000 a year and there was nothing wrong with you. It's people like you that make people like us not want to give. And he'd shout them out. But then they were legit. He said, absolutely, I will send you $15,000 for this. I hope things go well for you. I was like, wow. Bible, now you're playing me like a violin. I love the orchestra, but come on now. Hi, Firestick. Welcome from the UK today. No, I don't feel comfortable asking. I ask God, literally. I say, God, you know, you provide. And he will, and he does. No, that don't go there, boy. There? Yeah, that one. That's an opposite. And this morning, I got up and I wrestled. Should I stay or should I go? Most people who come onto my channel are people that agree with me. And I came back swinging this morning, 2 videos. The second one I did before church, 27,000 views, 69 subs. If that wasn't affirming, then what is? Sandwich. 2 shirts and this. This was $1. This is a nice little necklace. These aren't little cheapos. These are nice little trinkets on here. Some of this actually looks like Pandora stuff. For way less the money. So a guy showed up, a young black gentleman, 20 years old, nice shirt on, carried a well-worn Bible. He said, is this the place for the Sunday school? I said, yes, sir. And we started talking. He just moved here from Alabama, and he had a year working at a food warehouse, running pallet jacks, pulling product. He's looking for work. And I said, I'll tell you what. I work for this place. Told him, look it up on your phone. What in the devil is going on here? Another piece, okay. And I said, come down Monday and fill out an application. Is there a chance to advance? I said, well, there could be, but I'm going to be honest with you. It's hard work. If you're willing to work and at least get a paycheck generated, give us a try. Right after I said that, I thought, well, my gosh, I hope he doesn't come out and get disillusioned. But he needs a job, so we'll see what happens. I sent a text to my supervisor telling him I haven't heard back from him at all, so. You know, I'm going to tell you something. Being on YouTube forms neurosis even within me with all this trolling and all this hatred. I'm human, and it does. It gets to me. And many times I think, well, maybe we ought to just hang it up. And then I stop and go, no, I like to talk. I like to rant. God's given me a gift for that. You know, how do you get off? Yeah, hey, Gavin, absolutely. Hey, Jacinta, hey, Amber. Being on the internet makes you question lots of things. Lots of things. I don't know where that piece goes, but that's just weird. Why do I have a feeling that goes right there? Because it does. What is this? Oh, I know what that is. That connects. Where's the light pole? Huh. Hey, $7.99. Thank you, Thomas. And no, this morning I was just kind of confirmed that, you know what? You already, I self-talk myself a lot. Some people hear me at work doing that and they laugh. The foreman came up. I didn't even see him sneak up on me, and I was having a complete conversation with myself. And he says to me, are you okay over here? I said, man, I didn't even see you. I said, yeah, I talk to myself all the time. You okay? I said, absolutely. It's my therapy, man. What else are you going to do? But it does. It's hatred and evil sucks. Really does. But I also realize when you're firing on all cylinders, if you're not getting a reaction so visceral as that, then I have to tell myself you're not doing anything, right? If you're not getting that, then maybe you're not doing anything. This is where I've gotten so far. getting some buildings put together. Boat pieces. Where's the door? Someone's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing the bell. Someone's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing the bell. Do me a favor, open the door and let him in. Well, you know what? I don't always have patience, and if I get too frustrated, I'll just walk away from it for a minute. But it gets my mind on other things, which is a good thing. Feeling down. Open the door and let him in. Oh, yeah. I used to love that song when it came out when I was a kid. When I was a kid, someone knocking at the door was a brand new song. And I loved it. But yes, I had a friend call today, Mr. Russell, one of the moderators, and he said, I'm just feeling burnt out and depressed. I said, yeah. And a lot of people are feeling that. A lot. Pastor talked again today about the rapture. And he said, I believe it's soon. He said, but the Apostle Paul believed it was going to happen in his day, and it did not. I'm not a pastor. No, never ever would I claim that. I'm definitely not a pastor. I don't meet the qualifications of that. Wow, this is hard to get this just right. What goes to what? I got a perfusion going on here. I'm hitting a mental block. There's love and marriage and a horse-drawn carriage. Look at that. Where's the horse? Right there. Nope. Hi, Sandra. How are you? Wow, drawing blanks, folks. What is this? Aha. Portsmouth. Fish market. Somebody ringing the bell. Do me a favor and open the door. Oh, your hospice. That's cool. Do you like it? I've known a few people over the years that weren't nurses but did work, volunteer for hospice and such. Just a Sunday afternoon, folks. Oh, yeah. Okay, stomach, I hear you loud and clear. That's a building. Where's that one? Wow, where does that piece go? Wow, there's not even anything what the heck? Where does that piece go? I wonder if this was, oh, wait a minute, there it is. Is that over there by the fish market? Been at it for 42 years, about ready to lay it down. Well, good for you, Sandra. You have a heart of gold to do that. Today's going okay. I dread going to work tomorrow. I wish I could find a way to just come up with a way to get filthy rich and say goodbye. Oh my gosh. Don't we all, though? Don't we all wish we could just lift ourselves out of a circumstance? That's just the way it goes, folks. Open the door and let him in. Oh, yeah. Wow, these pieces get confusing. Here's another wagon piece. What's up with that? This is so weird. These buildings are all different shades of brown, and it drives me nuts. I hate that. Well, thank you, Sandra. I definitely have my imperfections, but I do try to be kind. Even though the world is not so much. Man, I see that. I see that every day out there. Just reality sometimes is harsh. Right there, Michael. Pay attention. That the hip bone connects to the. Wow, we got a problem. Get this out of here. There. Now we're getting some continuity here. Get that big old mess out of the way. And a happy little tree. Where's the fish market? There's 2 fish markets. Bob's Fish Market. Seems fishy to me. This is boar. Snag Harbor live bait. Aha, right there. Hello, Ricky. BTS, what in the world are you talking about? The worst president? Biden. It was Obama, but Biden trumped him. But Trump, he's getting us into a financial hole too. But he's not the worst, for sure. If we'd have had Kamala, oh my, hold your beer. Kamala would have destroyed things real quick. And I don't believe in her. And man, I'm taking fire. There's a woman who came in here because I don't believe in the Democrat caca. She got very upset at me. And that's just the breaks, man. I don't like to have people leave the channel, but at the same time, where does that one go? That's a stupid piece. This is so Vermont, covered bridges and everything. Here's another one. Speaking of covered bridge, there's the connector piece. Some of these comments, folks, I don't know if you got a problem like I do if you voice text and don't read it, but you might want to check what you're sending because it doesn't make any rational sense. You know what I mean, Vern? It's like the grammar is just hooked. I'm getting there. At least there's different buildings and styles, so it's easier for me to do this. But I'm getting too many pieces up here, and I'm not going to be able to see the trees through the forest. Hello? I think you're Russian. I don't know your name, though. Welcome to the channel. Pull up a chair and have a seat. So who do you guys think is the worst president ever in your life? And you got to be objective. Tell me why. Tell me what and why. Give me some substance. Oh, yeah, Ford blew it. Wasn't he something to do? Wait a minute. Wasn't he something to do with Watergate? No. Fort Nixon was a bad one. Well, welcome from Russia. Hello, Lieutenant Ducky. See you reporting for duty. That's awesome. Simply splendid of you, sir. How's things on the battlefront, Lieutenant? Is everything secured? Are we safe? Oh, that goes there. That completes the gable. What does this go to? Uncle Ernie, Auntie Jen, open the door and let 'em in and in. Oh yeah. Wah, 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 wah. Wow, sometimes it's so hard to find where the piece goes. There we go. Stones. Yeah, that's up there somewhere. Rocks. Where's the flag? There's the flag. Oh, awesome, Lieutenant Ducky. Are you a good bowler? Thank you, Liz. I needed to come back swinging this morning. And thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Do me a favor. Open the door. How about if you turn it upside down, kid? There you go. There you go. Now you're cooking with gas. And we need a happy little tree right there. That's right. That don't go there. No, that still don't go there. The waterfall under the bridge. Couldn't say never voted, not American. Oh, got you, Jacinta. Fair enough. Hello, Tarta. I'm in Georgia, sir. Liz, it's good to see you. I heard that you're sad because business is dying, Liz. I'm sorry to hear that. Yawn. That's all I do is yawn. Do you struggle with yawnitis? It could mean you're sleepy. No, they don't even close to go there. Wow, now what is the deal with this little weird door? A little strange door. 'Cause. 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 'C Man, I have no idea where that goes. This is so much fun. Puzzle rage, I feel it coming on. Ah, that one. By the people in front of the house. They look like they're Amish. Shining happy people holding hands. Oh, yeah. This one. Boats, buildings, horse, waterfall, covered bridge, very New Englandy. This is fun. And I've got this much of it completed. Do you do puzzles in Russia? Hi, Gabby. I'm good. How are you, Gabby? Gabby is cool. Wow, now how did that happen? That's wild. That's cool. I wish I could travel. I would see Russia too. Buy me a ticket for an aeroplane. Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. It don't go anywhere. It's going to be like that. Wasaki. Let's try this. There we go. Something I learned a long time ago. Never been to Russia. I lived in Hong Kong. And I've been to the Philippines and Japan and Macau. Canada, just across the border. Don't do that. That needs to set still. There we go. Live bait, snag harbor sign completed, sir. Can you imagine if you were building a town? David. What is David? Part of the boat hull. Interesting, Gabby. Hello, Elizabeth. Beth, how are you? Beth, 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 Beth. Wah, 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 wah. We try to have fun, right? We try to have fun. Everybody Wang Chung tonight. Puzzles are good for the mind. But they can be frustrating. Horsies. Where's the rest of the horsey? Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all you moms. I did put a post there. Dun, dun, Man, all these pieces that look like they go together, and they don't. Rocks. More rocks. I love it when I can pick a piece out of there and put it right where it needs to go. Now that's the way it should be every time. In a perfect world. Oh, we got another one of these weird pieces right there, dude. Perfect. Wagon wheels. Wagon wheels. Mother's Day. Anybody do anything fun, you ladies, for Mom's Day? More horse wagons. Where's all this horse stuff coming from? Pastor had all the mothers come down front. There was a lot of them. And he wanted everybody to make when they're disciplining their kid, make their mean face. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. There must have been 25, 30 mothers up front. And one woman did it the best. There were 3 that could not make a mean face. They were just laughing. It was so funny. Yeah, Beth. Like this. Man, I need to clean out my phone. Too much crap in here. Like that. Mullet man, baby. I'm going for that. I got a long dang way to go. That's the depressing part. Depressing. I wish there was a way just to make it grow fast. Like chia. Like a chia pet. Thank you, Elizabeth. I miss it very, very much. Bree, which video did you watch this morning? Was it the one the devil's all over the internet? Or was it the other one about the troll baloney? Man, I cannot. Now I'm getting frustrated. I'm gonna get angry in a minute. I shaved it because it was frizzing out. It's very hot and humid here. And it was just, I was conditioning it. It was frizzing. I thought humidity would be good for my hair. It is for a while. When it gets a certain length, it just starts working against it. Shoot, I just need to move back to the cold. And go down to my butt cheeks. Yeah, the first one. Now there's going to be some changes. Rabble rousers that come in trying to tell me that somebody's doing this or that are going to be just blocked. Boom, that's it. We're done. I'm so tired of all this toxic sludge all over the internet. It's just getting old. Stuck, man. There's pieces I need, but I'm not finding them. The back of the boat. So anybody go out to lunch, you mothers? Did anybody take you to lunch or treat you or buy you a bouquet of flowers? Any of your kids get you anything? Oh, hey, Dawn. Well, that's nice. I mean, I'm glad your husband did something. Your kids, little ones still? Boats, boats, and more boats. What is this? Oh, that's inside the boat. Cool. Wow, man. Hey, American woman. Oh, they're in their 40s. They didn't do nothing for your Mother's Day. Come on now. They know better. American woman, how are you? Hello, Leslie. And how are you all? Now, where's that piece with the wrought iron red painted metal? There it is. There we go. This is called Busy Puzzle. Covered bridge is done. Thanks for the hearts, Leslie. Hello, Diana. How are you? Hi, Steve. Hey, Joe. Thank you, Steve. Yes, absolute reiteration. Happy Mother's Day to all you moms. So that goes there. Yeah, it's fun. That's a strange thing. There we go. There we go. What about this? We should do a Bob Ross Puzzles edition. That'd be funny. Anybody know who that is? Hey, Uranium. What's up, man? It's the sound of silence. That's another strange piece. And I'd like to know if you got the notion. Rock the boat. No, that's another boat. Don't tip the boat over. Piano Man, that's right. Thank you. Good job. That was a good song. You don't hear harmonicas in music anymore. You notice that? And a good harmonica was cool. This is for all the lonely people thinking that life has passed them by. Don't give up until you drink from the silver cup and ride that highway in the sky. And I'm on my way. And I'm on my way back home. Hit it. And they did that harmonica so awesome. I wouldn't mind having one just to fool with it. That'd be fun. You played the harmonica, Uranium? That's awesome. Yes, we did have the best songs. Beth, you're a baby boomer, huh? Wow. That's awesome. We got quite a reach on this channel. Baby boomers, we got a little bit of everybody on here. Gen X. I'm your offspring, Beth. Uh-oh, just at it. Right there. No, what's the deal? Right there. That wall looks like something out of the Flintstones. From the town of Bedrock, they're a place right out of history. What in the world? Right there. I still want to know where this piece goes. This is stupid. This don't go anywhere. That is messed up. That is totally messed up. Why do we have a piece? Weird, huh? That is very, 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 very strange. Piece are getting stuck to my elbow. Cool. That is weird. That don't go anywhere. And I'm running. I mean, the sky is pretty much done. Lucy in the sky of diamonds. Who sang that, ladies? Oh, look at that. It fits. Look, it goes there. Oh, does it? Oh, you got a problem here, dude. That's why it's not, that don't go there. You skipped a piece. See? Nope, that still ain't it. What the heck? That bridge is longer than I realized. Oops. Beatles, yes. Yeah, uranium, I wouldn't doubt it. Hello, Mr. Hinkle. Who's men? Who's not men? 1974. That is one song I liked by Amy Grant. 1974. We were young, and none of us knew quite what to say. Supposedly about her conversion. That is one of my favorite Amy Grant songs. I love that song. That one was unique. Very unique. And then Amy Grant just got poopy. Didn't want to listen to her no more. Poopy. What a word. Just parents would say that. Do you have a poopy bottom? Do you have a poopy diaper? I swear, some people out there have a poopy everything. Poopy attitude. So when you want to say, you being poopy today? Riding on the city of New Orleans, Illinois Central Monday morning rail. 15 cars and 16 restless riders. Da 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 da. 25 sacks of mail. That was a good song. Arlo Guthrie. Arlo Guthrie had some good music. You know, I have to tell you a confession. When I get lit up and get into this, my rants, it might shock you to hear me say this, but it actually takes something out of me. I mean, it's kind of exhausting. It's from the heart. And what I like is I don't do a script at all. I would never do a script. Good morning, America, how are you? Don't you know me? I'm your native son. I am riding on the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Rolls through towns like Kankakee. Still the rails, they ain't heard the news. Now, where's this one with the golden eagle at the door? Aha. Right there. Why'd the chat stop? Did we freeze up? We froze, people. Now, what is this? Wow. That don't go there, boo-boo. That one does. No, not that one. No bueno. Ducey Michael. Oh my gosh, I discovered a song when I was here. Oh, the night they drove old Dixie down, and all the soldiers were singing, na 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 na, na 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 na. She was controversial. I was reading. She was controversial, but that song drove old Dixie down. That's good stuff. Joan Baez. I see trees. And all the people were singing. Wait a minute, baby. Sarah was a beautiful song. Love that. Have to say, Fleetwood Mac was one of the best female vocalists out there. She had phenomenal music. La da 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 da. Hi, Daniel. How are you? Anybody know that one? If you don't, you're definitely not from here. Horsies. Lots and lots of horsies. Ah, here we go. What do we got? What do we got right there? Part of the ship. Working too much. Don't burn the candle at both ends, Daniel. Don't do that. You got to have some time for some R&R. Well, all right, I better stop pulling pieces. We need to put all this stuff together. This is turning into a menagerie. Nope. I hate that one. It looks like it goes somewhere. It doesn't. The chat is frozen again. Somebody say something. Please. We have to have chat activated. Duckies. Duckies. There we go. Thank you, Gail. Sometimes I'm a little nuts. That's good, Daniel. Leslie, it's therapy, man. It's just calming. It's kind of like Bob Ross painting, you know? There's a happy little puzzle piece. What's this? Aha, it goes there. Now, where's the rest of that? Right there. It's funny when you get one piece, then it frees you up. Nobody told me what that song was. Nobody. Nobody. There we go. Thank you. All right, let's try this. What is it? TV show. That's the only hint I'll give you. Dun 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 dun. Picture the guy running around spraying Lysol after his roommate's smoking in the apartment. That's the other hint I'll give you. Excuse me. Nobody knows? I know somebody's going to know that. Odd Couple. There you go, Gail. Good job. How about this one? Bum bum ba da bum. Bum bum da da dun dun dun. Bum bum ba da bum. Ba da ba da bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Sanford and Sons. All right. You know what I cannot do is Lucille Ball music. I cannot whistle it. I cannot hum it because it was a Cuban band. Na 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 dun 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 dun. That's the best I can do with that one. Oh, I watched it. I watched all that stuff when I was a kid. Yes, get that covered roof. I love covered bridges. Those are so cool. If I could complete anything in my life, it'd be neat to live in New England, at least to say I did it. Then I would have covered Southwest, California, Pacific Northwest, Midwest, 3 different places, Southeast, and then Northeast, New England, and the Great Lakes. I'd covered it all. If I hit New England, I've kind of covered all the sectors of America. And I got to go to Hong Kong. All right, let's try this. Those of you that have had children. What is it? Now that's easy. That's easy. We've got to stimulate the brain. Elmo's World. Yep, very good. Look, Matt just remembered it, and he's in Canada. No, I don't, Beth, but I love the $6 Million Man. The Bionic Man. Farrah Fawcett was so cute. Oh, Farrah was hot. If I could go back in time, I would have dated her in a minute. I'm Charlie, and these are my angels. Elmo's World. I'll never forget when my son was little, I put him in front of PBS and he watched that Sesame Street. And I left the room, I did some in the other room, and I heard him, the song came on the TV show, la 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 la. And he says, Poopy's World. I started laughing so hard. I come out and said, did you just say Poopy's World? He started laughing. Oh my gosh, was that funny. Poopy's World. Out of the mouth of babes, man. Poopy's World. Does anybody remember what show? 4 kids. Sean Cassidy, Alyssa Milano. Kunis. Kunis was cute. What was her first name? Kunis. Oh. Kunis, Lexi Kunis. Kunis. Oh, she was beautiful. Pants. The Song That Never Ends. What was the TV show? It's for kids. And the kids would sing that on the bus, and I'd say, y'all better stop. It's fun once, but when they keep doing it, I'm like, stop it. And they'll continue singing it forever just because. Lamb chops, play along, yes. What was that lady's name that ran that show? She was cute. I don't mean sexy cute, but she was just cute. Her little hairstyle and that whole thing. She was very good for that show. I want to give you a Rexy hug. What's this? Zoinks? Look out, Scoob. Sandy Duncan, thank you. Well, thank you, Joe. We try to have fun. We just try to have fun. That's it. And be serious. Joe, that's awesome. Praise God for that. Good job, brother. And you know what? Keep fighting the fight. You need all the encouragement you can get, because this world sure ain't going to give it to us. Sunny days, chasing the clouds away. How to get to Sesame Street. How to get to Sesame Street. Wow, this stuff, there we go. The Fishing Gallery and Museum, Nautical Arts. Yes, honey, let's go to the Nautical Arts Museum in Wasaki. That would be splendid, darling. And afterwards, maybe we could go for a boat ride. Indeed. Splendid idea. Got chimney smoke all over the place. I don't. I use my phone and I got a 4-foot long speaker bar in my kitchen cabinet. Oh, Sherry. Sherry Duncan. Okay. Hi, Danola. Well, I wouldn't have known. Bless you for trying. And thank you for telling me, both y'all. What is it? Good job, Joe. Good job. Hawaii 5-0. That's right. Jamie, how are you? I blow you a kiss. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Who's that? What show? Yep. Cops, cops, and more cops. Dun, 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 dun. Chips. That was my favorite, one of my favorite shows as a kid. Anything involving transportation. 1 Adam 12, Emergency Plus 4, Smokey and the Bandit, BJ and the Bear, all them shows. Dukes of Hazzard. And that music that they played in the 70s and the 80s to that, when they're chasing each other around. It was such a trip. That music was a trip. I am done with YouTube carrying a racist named Minuteman Mountain. Who's Minuteman Mountain and what's going on? Hey, Stargirl. There's some crap out there, man. M stands for money's a, pardon me, a sphincter. Got to play nice here. Having the audacity to think he can demand people give him money and rude about it. It's like, excuse me, the Bible says a man will not work, he shall not eat. How are you, Stargirl? Welcome to this channel. I hope you feel better about this one. Hello, Dr. Indy. Airwolf was awesome. Airwolf was awesome. I love MacGyver. Now, MacGyver was where it was at. What happened on that? What's the name of that channel? I only spotlight channels on occasion. Minuteman Mountain. What's it all about? Knight Rider was awesome. Hello, Michael. Kit, we got stuff to do. I know. I'm all ready. Talk to me, Michael. Well, this is what's going on. That might pose a problem. Let me search my database. Woo! All that weird stuff. That was cool, man. That was when TV was fun. Minuteman is whack. I haven't even seen it. Hi, Snapshot. Where have you been? It's been a minute. Mr. Snapshot Sniper calls from Florida. I've known him for a long time. I've known him since the beginning days of my old channel. You know what I like to look at? I mean, I don't have a TV, but I like to look back. Like American Bandstand and Soul Train. Soul Train. The way they dance. The way their faces look so happy and innocent. And look at us today. We're so jaded. We're so hard. We all got a bad attitude. It's so different. It's so different. You go back and people just looked at ease. And I wish they'd bring that Soul Train and that old bandstand music back. I'm sorry. I'm not ashamed. This stuff today is hurting for certain. Sad. Saturday morning lineup, man. All the cartoons. Now, when we were kids, little kids, we watched all the cartoons. Once Bandstand and Soul Train came on, we were out of the house. It's like, cartoons are over. You didn't watch Bandstand until you got older. I was treated awful by mods named Holly. Was hitting on her. She was silencing me as being a Karen. MM was being a Karen about saying doesn't like me. Wow, how petty is that? Well, don't go in there no more. I mean, if they're going to be like that, I'll go on channels just to sample people because sometimes I talk about the channels. I'll have to see if I can find his. Do a screenshot and make an assessment. Send in the clowns. La da 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 da. Send in the clowns. You are a goon. Crazy. Yeah, that's not good. I'm sorry, Stargirl. I hope you can find it. We talk about controversial issues here, but we try to treat people right. Now, I admit, if you ever see trolls come in, I'm not nice to them. I show them the south side of my personality real quick. But I need to because they stop at nothing. They need to be promptly escorted out of the room. What is Minuteman's shtick all about? Oh, there's the smoke coming from that house. Wasaki. The Seth ice cream man, you can't say he has malice. He's just different. Really different. Sometimes I laugh at his stuff. I'm like, really, dude? Now he's got a slapper. Really? He's so into the chat. Really? Oh, so he's no good. A legend in his own mind. We've got tons of those on YouTube. There's an India woman, and I just say hi. All she says in English is, Ocean, like, please. I say, gave you the like. It's cute. She's got the red dot, so she's Hindi. There's a Pacific Islander and her husband. They're both from Fiji that I talked to at the flea market. Very nice couple. I said, are you Hindi? She goes, no. The red dot mean I'm married. I said, really? She goes, yeah, many people think I'm Hindi. I have nothing to do with India. Very cool. She goes back to Fiji and visits. So, Holly got mad at you? Or was she on your side? Well, Daniel, I take that as a compliment because there's so much buffoonery out there. The uwu guy is still on there. Still fussing about his uwu girl. But he claims he's married. Was it Danola? Danola, was it you that told me he's married again or married? My question is, why? Why? He knocked her around pretty good, according to her. That was a teledrama. That was a soap opera. Oh, jealous girl. Jealous because, well, if she's got rank with Minuteman, then what's the problem? Stupid. People get jealous over nothing. If somebody's going to leave you, or somebody's going to get so jealous, I mean, you got to trust. I always say it's not a competition. If somebody's in love with you and they're really in love with you, nobody else competes. Why? Because wagon stuff. Where does this one go? Is that the one up high? I gotta turn that upside down, buddy. Well, that's no good. Stargirl, we're known to flirt politely over here, so we'll flirt with you too and welcome you with open arms. Ooh, barrels on the dock. Bottle of rum. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Wow, Daniel, now that's tempting. That sounds good. I gotta cook my dinner. Oh my gosh, the weekend's gone, baby. Gone. I'm bringing it all in the kitchen. Tonight is mac and cheese with tuna and works. Yeah, vegetables. That's it. You drop a bomb on me, baby. You turn me on, then you turn me out. You dropped a bomb on me. Bacon, nature's candy. It's pig meat. Piggy meat. No problem, Stargirl. Also got to share this from yesterday, Grail. Oh, I already read that. Man, got it from a friend who got it from a friend who got it from another pineapple wrap bacon. That's it. Do the dishes and don't you talk back. Before I put another notch in my lipstick case, you better make sure you put me in my place. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. Denola, doesn't that sound yum? Oh my gosh, somebody just woke up from a sleep for 2 days and messaged me. Miss L, come into the chat, please. Heard it from a friend who, heard it from a friend who, heard it from another. You've been messing around. Don't be messing around. I had that album. I had to buy it. I had that on the LP back in the day. REO Speedwagon. That's the way it was. You heard it on the radio and you had two things you could do. You either did it the cheap and expensive way and you had a boombox and you pushed play and record right when the radio station or the song came on that you wanted. I had a whole cassette tape made of all my favorite songs right off the radio. That was fun. I walk along the city streets you used to walk along with me. Wah, wah. And every step I take reminds me of just how it used to be. Oh, how can I forget you, girl? When there is always something there to remind me. I love Naked Eyes. I bought both of their albums. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. That's funny. That's funny. Ha, 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 ha. I like it. Any of you guys heard of the store Food Lion? We have those here. I'd never heard of them until I moved out here. Food Lion. That is an odd name for a store. Food Lion. Yeah, that song I was singing by REO, yeah, that was on they actually still had LPs. And that's right, no nose picking, please. The best. We used to go to Grandma's house. They put out the garnish of the hors d'oeuvres. Michael pigged all the black olives out of that green glass tray every time. Oh my gosh, who ate all the olives? I'm in the other room going, yes. I make no bones about it. Olives are just addicting. Not the green ones. I hate the green pimento ones. Those are nasty. They're bitter. Food Lion. I'm getting tired of Walmart. Their prices have gone up, and I said this years ago. When Walmart gets control of everything, watch what happens. And they did it. They did it. They've ran up the prices. I can go to Food Lion. These dang things are pushing $4 now at Walmart. They're $3.89. Food Lion had they were marked down to $3 a piece. I bought several. That's almost $1 saving because I like my fruit juice. So Food Lion's expensive, but their sales, their BOGOs, man, those are the deal. Like they have this for $5.99 at their store, so I don't even buy it. But I walked in to do some shopping. They had these reduced to $3.79, and I cleaned out the whole stack. I'm like, $3.79? Because they're normally four something at Walmart. Food City, I've never heard of that. You go up to New England, they've got stores I haven't even heard of at all. New England, for the longest time, resisted franchises and big name stuff. Yeah, Dr. Indy, and they're saying they're doing the rollbacks. I go in there and I'm like, rolled back what? Nope, not true. Lie. Stargirl, you still in the house? Yeah, they rolled back my wallet. Setback. You go out of the store now, $110. Really? I didn't buy no steaks. I looked at chicken thighs, a little flat now, $8, $9. I used to get those in Colorado prior to 2020 before I moved out here in 2019. I'd buy like, what, 6 chicken thighs on a flat. Sometimes they were what, $2.49, $3.50, something like that. Now $8? Crazy. The ground chicken at Aldi's is cheap. That's like $3.50 or something. More and more people are going to Aldi's. I've learned. I just grab my little grocery sacks, put them in the truck, side pocket door. I walk in with my own bags. I don't even use the cart. I'm walking up the register, balancing everything, hoping it doesn't fall. Crazy. And they've got the best cheese. It's Happy Farms and it makes me happy. Colby and Monterey Jack is the best. And when they came out with the... Remember when we were kids, they had the big brick cheese? Oh my gosh, my sister and I used to eat that Colby like it was going out of style. All right, Danola, come on back. I thought that was cool yesterday when I did that video. With the hollies. And I cued it on and, started the video. And right when I did it, I felt something. Look, there's a ladybug. And I'm like, well, this is perfect. Take one look. And I put the phone and the thing's just climbing up my arm. I'm like, that's awesome. Like, ladybug, you just photobombed my video, and that was beautiful. Everybody loves it. That was beautiful. I wish life was just like that, where you just do something and you just happen. Can you imagine 9/11? There was this college guy two college kids riding with the fire department. They were from France or the UK. They spent the summer riding along with the New York Fire Department. Nothing happened. Fire department gets a call about a gas leak out of a sewer or something. He pops the manhole cover. Guy's got his video. You see the truck, you see the chief or whatever. And then you hear the jet engine and you see the trade tower. And the fireman looks up and he goes, that's not good. Dang. Hey, G-Money, how are you? Dr. Indy, I do that too. What have a found? Colette, you've missed an out. I'm like, where's Colette? Where is Colette? She's probably walking around the house with slides and PJs on. Curlers in her hair. Does anybody use curlers anymore? Anybody? I remember a woman telling me a story years ago. She was from Michigan and she was telling me that this boy used to tease her and chased her into the bushes, pulled her pants down, and said, wow, she got freckles on her butt and she's pretty. Her name was Betty Graham, and I remember she told me that story. I said, oh my gosh. Kids are horrible, man. I had an experience in Michigan I gotta share with you. You talk about batshite crazy. I was going down to Akron with my wife of 14 years. We took a job down there running a troubled respite home. So I had a U-Haul truck, 24-foot box truck, and I had the tow-behind tandem axle trailer for a Mercury Topaz that we had purchased in Duluth because we needed a car for the job down there. And when we picked it up at U-Haul, there was something wrong with the trailer lights, and the guy was fiddling with everything. Took him hours. We had it loaded and everything. We were waiting, and he kept messing with it, and he said, all right, I got it hooked up. We left. Drove all the way across the country. We go down through, what way did we take? Oh, we took the stupid way. I went through Chicago. When I came back from Ohio, I said, we are not going through Chicago in the interstate in 80-90. No way. This time we went straight up Michigan and back across the UP and into, top of Wisconsin and Minnesota. And, but on the way down there, we got off 80-90 and got up into, what was it, Pigeon, Michigan. And I went to get gas one morning, and we were driving around the next morning. And I always use my turn signals. And I put the left turn signal on, slow down, went to turn. This horn, this person lays on the horn. I'm looking in my mirror going, what is her problem? Pull into the gas station. This lady gets out of her car as I'm getting out of the truck. And she is full blast angry. You know what? It's people like you. I said, man, what did I do? You put your right turn signal on, you turn left. I said, I don't do that, ma'am. I put my left signal. No, you didn't. You pulled out back there and you pulled out. You turn your turn signal on and you go the opposite way. I said, ma'am, I did not do that. She gets in her car and goes like this and drives off. I said, wife, go to the back of the trailer. I'm going to turn the left signal on. Tell me what it's doing. I put the left blinker on and she goes, uh-oh. Mike, turn the right blinker on. I turn it. She goes, yeah, when you turn the right blinker on, the left comes on. And when you turn the left blinker on, the right. I said, oh my gosh. I said, them clowns in Duluth wired it wrong, and I've been driving all this way. People probably thinking, what a dork. Woo, baby. But that lady was so fired up that if she'd have just waited, I would have walked back there and said, I had no idea, ma'am. The guy said he fixed it. I drove all the way from Duluth. I had no idea it was doing this. But for her to go so ratchet on me, I was like, don't move to Michigan. These women are crazy. That was the moral of the story. Oh my gosh. I'll never forget that. Then I locked the dang keys in the U-Haul in Osceola, Wisconsin. We checked in the motel, and the U-Haul had that big old tag on it. And I think I threw it on the seat. I had to call a guy, charged $80 to get in the U-Haul truck. So I'm like, screw that. I took that big U-Haul plastic tag off and wound it on my own key ring. And when I went to turn in the key, the guy says, do you have the tag that came with that? I said, I did, but I said I locked the keys in the truck, so I took it off to put it in my key ring, and I lost the key tag. Well, I accidentally threw it in something, and I found it when I unpacked. I said, wow, I got a complimentary U-Haul key team. Sheesh. Stupid. I made her day. And I try to be conscientious. You're in Versace leggings. Oh my mom gave me, I'll have you know. Well, excuse me, Colette. Would you like me to put on my satin shears? No, that's a contradiction. My lace shears. I try to be a good driver, and I had no idea that the guy in Duluth at the U-Haul outlet had totally funked it up. That was stupid. Then when I got down to Akron, I disconnected the trailer so I could get the car off of it. And I needed to go. We unloaded the truck, and I said, I need to use the truck to go to the grocery store and get us groceries and stuff before I turn it in. Or no, I was going to use the car. And I went to get the car off the trailer, and I disconnected the trailer, no problem. And that thing was heavy, and I was going to lift it up and put it. I said, you know what? I'm going to call U-Haul. And I called U-Haul in Akron, and the guy said, normally we would expect somebody to bring it, but we're hurting for trailers so much. Where are you at? We'll come get it. Just make sure when you turn in the truck, you drop the truck. And I told him about the lights. He goes, oh boy. He said, so the doofus in Duluth didn't wire it right. He goes, well, I'll get that done. He said, we're hurting for trailers. He said, I have no problem getting it. Just when you turn in the truck, there's no penalty. Turn it in with us. Do I work in that outfit? Oh yeah, I go to work like this every day. In a warehouse. No, no, sir. We do not do that. I'd be so dirty and filthy. Do dirty dancing in a warehouse. Wouldn't that be a hoot? Jasmine Rice is my friend. I love this stuff. Now, Walmart does have some good things. These are $1.32, which is not bad. And I need to get over myself. I've got a rice cooker in my closet. I need to pull it out and use it. Problem is, I don't like creating all this humidity in the house, and that does create humidity. And the humidity's bad. I leave my windows shut year-round. The only time my window's open is when we hit the fall and it dries out just a little bit. We have those nice days. I'll open all the windows because I got screens. Oh, they'd get work done. They'd be laughing their butt off at me. You got to understand, guys are mean down here. There's no women in the warehouse, so no. Oh, I just look back and Jimmy is a smartass. What is he doing in here? He doesn't belong. Well, genius, you just got yourself thrown out of chat. Bye, Felicia. I don't like that. You're rude. And I tolerated you last time, but I'm done. I'm done. You can't be civil. You don't belong. Well, this has no added sugar. However, Gail, I do realize that the fruit juice does have its own natural sugar. Yes, G Money, that's... One of these things are not like the other. Bye. Yeah, I knew he was joking. That's why I was being funny. This is a guy, and I was looking back when I clicked on his channel activity, and he's been here several times. It's like, you come in here and smart off, and you keep coming back. So remind me again when you come in here to put me down, why I would not tend to think that you're mentally ill when you keep coming back if I'm such a loser. Again, if I feel that the channel is really dumb and loserville, I'm out. Well, he called me a genius. He clearly was not. He probably doesn't know how to spell kindergarten. He probably spells school Skool. I smell some jelly strawberry yummy. Stargirl, where'd you go? I was asking if you were here earlier. G-Money, you better behave. Stargirl, what state are you in? Can I ask? And what's your favorite grocery store to go to? Jamie, how are you? That's awesome, doctor. You were here. Did I miss you when I said, are you in the house? I looked. I didn't see an answer unless it was delayed and I turned around. Starlight, star bright, make everything all right. You can be my lucky star. Oh, you're in Sri Lanka. Awesome. Welcome. I knew a Sri Lankan woman when I lived in Hong Kong. Beautiful soul. She was a Christian. Very, very dark skin. Very much darker than India. Very nice lady. Very sweet soul. I love living in Hong Kong because I met so many awesome people over there. Welcome from Sri Lanka, Star Girl. Welcome. Yeah, I think we're all on the struggle bus, Jamie. Well, I hope we're succeeding. You're welcome. We and I welcome people from other places because I like this chat to be very international and I love other cultures. And I love Colette is from New Zealand and we have people from Australia, Canada, New Zealand, Scotland, UK, Philippines. We got Mina coming here. She's from Kathmandu, Nepal. Mina's so funny. She is so funny. Mina dances and dances and dances in her shorts. It is so cute. There's a lot of India women that are on when I wake up in the morning. Very beautiful clothing and stuff. And I've talked to some of them. They don't know a lot of English, but I'll just say hello. And they're very nice. I did a short with two girls who were dancing and being funny and bumping into each other. I said, man, that was so awesome. I like looking in on other cultures when they're having fun. That's really cool. That's where I believe the internet can be a tool. And so many people are so rude to people from other. Look at how rude they are to me. Can you imagine what they do to foreign people? They're just nasty. And that is not cool. That's not cool. You know, people are people and there's no call for that crap. Shoot, we had a Muslim woman coming in on this channel one day and she fell in love with an American, but she couldn't marry him because he wasn't Muslim and was asking for our advice. And I was like, wow, you know. And we never saw her again, sadly. We tried to help her. Very nice lady, way back. Do you remember that, Colette? Were you in there when that happened? Hi, Chris. How are you? Colette, they have a bad rap in a lot of countries for that. When I lived in Hong Kong, people would tell me, you're very nice for an American. I heard that a lot. And I said, you know what? That really humbled me. I'd go to karaoke. There was Filipina. I met people from India. I remember there were Pakistani guys in there with their girlfriends, and they would dance really well. And I'd say, wow, you dance really good. Thank you. Where are you from? America. I said, you? I'm Paki. I said, cool. Wow, you American, you don't hate me? I thought all Americans hate Pakis. I said, no, sir. I said, I take everybody on an individual basis. If they do me wrong, then I stay away. But no, I don't do that. And I like it because our chat works. It's not forced. The problem that we all have here is idiot trolls. It's not people from other countries. That guy from Russia was here earlier. Very, very rarely have we ever had a foreigner come in here and be rude. It's our own American boys doing that. And that, I get so tired of that crap. Bull crap. They're very rude. You know, I love America, but we're not the only culture in the world. There's things in other cultures that I like better, and always will. Food, people, some of the stuff is fun in other places. Oh, it got hot today. That thing just kicked on. Yeah, that's the first time in weeks the AC's kicked on. It got hot out there. I don't even know what the temperature got up to. And then I was cooking with the gas stove. Yeah, G-Money, it's, yeah, people in chat, and I'm going to say it again, most of the trolls are from America. Most. Most of the trolls are Caucasian males. They're buttholes on the internet. And they're buttholes when they go to another country. You know, if I visited you in New Zealand, you would not be embarrassed to have me there, Colette, because I wouldn't act like that. I mean, going to another country is a privilege. And I want to enjoy my visit there. You want memories. Being a jerk is not part of the itinerary for me. I want to go to a place that I have so much fun that I'm sad to get on the plane and leave. That's when I know I went to a good place. One small can of peas and carrots, one small can of Star-Kissed tuna, one box of macaroni and cheese, and throw in a bag of jasmine rice cooked for 90 seconds in the microwave. This is called bachelor goulash. You got all 4 food groups in it, and that's the only way to fly. The rice is piping hot, and voila, Michael's souffle. I love rice. When I was in the Philippines, they eat rice 3 times a day. I loved it. They have rice for the breakfast, rice for lunch, and then mix it with stuff. You can do so much with rice. Jasmine rice is the best. Stargirl, do you eat jasmine rice over there? Do you have jasmine rice there in Sri Lanka too? Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that came in that I didn't greet before. It's Mama's Day. Hi, Blondie. 25th Mom's Day. That's cute. That's awesome. Wash the colander. These are easy fixed meals. I'm not a chef. I can cook pretty decent. All right, let's get it straight. I need to shut that. The west sun is coming in. It's cooking through. Cherry juice, cherry and black cherry and cranberry. Now that's to die for. That needs to go there. This needs to go over here. Move it or lose it. And this is my mixture of everything. Look at that. Macaroni and cheese, peas and carrots, tuna, and rice. I don't know jasmine rice. Means we have different names for rice. Perhaps it's basmati. I've heard of that. Oh, buttered rice is awesome. Spanish rice is good. The Filipinos eat sticky rice. They call it sticky rice. It's good. Rice is awesome. Now, the Filipinos taught me that white rice makes you fat. They say the brown rice and the long grain rice is better. White rice is had all the nutrients sucked out of it. You love sticky rice and sushi? To those of you moms that did the best you could to raise your kids with love and aim them in the right direction, my hat is off to you. I respect that. Hey, Carol, how are you? Dr. Indy, have a good evening and thanks for coming in. Carb heavy. Well, see, now I'm getting a tiny, tiny little belly, but it's 60. I'm doing good. I carb up because of the work I do. My metabolism, I burn it. That's good, Carol. When I ran cross country, we would have a spaghetti feed the night before our meet. You tried to gain weight. Am I allowed to ask Jamie, how tall are you and what's your weight? What's your BMI, if that's okay? 141 at 5'12". You're 4 inches taller than me. Nadu rice, which has a high water content, absorbed while cooking, good for diabetes. Oh, that's interesting, Stargirl. I didn't know that. You gained weight by exercise. What did you gain, muscle? Are any of you on Facebook, and have you seen, I don't know if she's still out there, I think her name is Jane. She's an older white woman, well endowed, wears suspenders, overalls, no shirt, no bra. She's doing plumbing and she's taking care of her animals and doing gardening. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this whole channel is built on the premise that if she slips, things are going to fall out. Have you seen that? I'm like, oh my gosh. Boobs out to here. No, I mean, side boob and everything. And I'm like, her whole channel is built on nothing but people trying to get a peek. She's good looking for her age, but she's a tease, man. A total tease. What is Graves' disease? I've never heard of that. Now you guys are teaching me things. The problem with us men, we're side-oriented. And if a woman's showing that much skin, of course we're going to look. It does not mean I'm in love with her. My mind has learned to be mature. Like, nice view, but I wouldn't date her because she's putting herself for the whole world to see this. I would have some problems. You know, you're getting online doing that. How do I know you're going to be true to me? No, Colette, I was talking about she's on YouTube. I think her name is Jane. She's well endowed, and she's got to be 50. And she does plumbing in her house. She's got a beautiful out in the country home, animals and gardens, and she wears no bra and no t-shirt over suspenders. Yes, Chris. Really, Jamie? Well, we don't watch anything. If we're not attracted, I don't look. I made a joke to the ladies. March 16, 2000, COVID shut down the schools. We came into work the next day. They said, you guys will be driving buses and handling out food because the parents, the kids that pay for the lunch, they still have to get food because some of these kids are poorest kids in the county. I said, I'll drive. So I go to a host school, whatever it was. We all went different routes, different schools. Went to the high school in Hespa. Some of the black ladies rode with us. They were so nice. And I felt comfortable around them. I said, man, I've noticed since COVID's hit, every one of these places we go to the apartments and the projects. I said, nobody around here likes to wear a bra. And the black ladies started laughing. They said, you like that, Michael? I said, yeah, it gets to the point. They laugh so hard. Those are the best. I'm not on Facebook. I got kicked off of there. They had left me alone. And then they never told me what I violated. I got thrown in Facebook jail so many times, I just finally said, I'm done. I'm off. I was so busy with this, I said, I don't even need it. Hi, Bridge. Bridge comes right in and we're talking about pubes. Now that's funny. Oh, Tammy, I'm sorry you got breast cancer. I'm glad you survived. Carol, we were wired that way. When girls are wearing a sock bra and those things are poking out, and I'm sorry, I'm in a mostly African American culture. The girls down here have thicker nipples and they poke right through like that big. When I was in the Philippines, they're smaller breasted, big nipples. India women, same thing. And we noticed that. If they're showing it, it's like, it's a distraction. Yeah, Tammy, I'm sure. Bigger than that, Carol. This one here? Went to the flea market. When I walked up, she's dating a girl. The areola, about that big. The nipple, thicker than pencil erasers. Standing at attention, no bra. And I see her every Saturday. And I'm like, oh my. Get banged by those high beams. You don't see them. Because I made sure the camera's focusing on our faces. Not down here. I think she's a beautiful, exotic woman. I was informed she is not African American. She's native, mixed in with white, possibly mestizo, and I don't know what else. Her arms are muscular, slender waist. I posted that picture, 237 likes on the post. I'm like, whoa. Yes, Jovan. I'm not a fan of it either. I think some of that might be clipped. Hey, Denise Saunders, welcome from the UK. Denise, they had a program by Bill Pierce out of Chicago back in the 80s and 90s called Night Sounds. It was a Christian program, and it would start off with Debussy's Beau Soir, Soir. Very beautiful classical haunting piece. I could picture when first time I heard it, I was in Duluth. I lived in there, and I turned it on. I had the radio on, come on about 10 o'clock. And I'm sitting in my chair in my living room, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that music is beautiful. It happened to be snowing outside and swirling. The wind was blowing, and the music just fit it so perfect. And he had a calm voice. Do you feel tired and stressed? Deadlines, traffic jams. This is Bill Pierce with Night Sounds. Tonight, I want to talk about the peace of God. And I'm like, this guy is freaking awesome. And he played a trumpet. He had his own music. He was a really neat guy. He passed away some years ago, sadly. Hey, Star, thanks for coming in. I hope you'll come back. You have an awesome day over there. What's BBL surgery? That's not good. Infections suck. Nobody likes an infection. Nobody wants an infection. It's amazing how many things can suffer us as humans. How many maladies and viruses and crazy things. The other day, it was hot in the warehouse, and I used the scissors lift to get things up in the high bromades. And I go up, and it gets very hot when you get up towards the, up there, 30 feet in the air. And I was thinking about my body because I was hot. And as I'm coming down, all of a sudden I felt this slight chill shudder through me. Just, I don't know, nowhere. I have goosebumps all down my arms. I'm like, what the heck was that? I was thinking, think about how complex your body is. Your body has a thermostat that's always regulating depending on what's going on outside of it. That's pretty awesome. You think so, Black Market? Hi, Journey. Well, thank you for that, Journey. You just watched what at the museum, Tammy? Brazilian butt lift. Oh, that's right. You guys were talking about, there's somebody was talking about that within the last week. Does it make my butt look big? I have been blessed and I don't take it for granted. And you know what? I said something the other day and I'll say it to all of you. We all get afflicted in some way or another. People look at me and said, you're so young, you got good health. And I'm thankful. But guess what? I was thinking, one of the other reasons that I have problems with people in society is I don't know what the terminology is or the technical terms that are used, but I have to say that I look in the mirror. I tell you, I was at the flea market yesterday and I bought a chest of drawers from an old man. Very nice man. And I had to work on that dresser. And I ended up selling it to E-Rock and Amber, who were both moderators in here. They came down from South Carolina and bought it. He bought it for her for a birthday present. And I saw the man yesterday and I said, hey, how you doing, sir? He goes, pretty good, young feller. People still call me young at 60. And I look in the mirror and I look at the older people in the church and I look at the men in there. Now, Colette, I'm not even talking about boobs right now. No, you're late in the game, girl. But then you described that you got small ones to stand at attention and you just made me lose my mind. Anyways, moving right along. It dawned on me, and somebody communicated that to me years ago. They said, you know, you look so young. I think people just treat you different. I mean, when I look at myself in the mirror and I look at any other male my age, I look at the guy in receiving. Not only do I not look like my peers in America, the hair color. He's 53. His hair is salt and pepper all the way. He doesn't have the energy I have. He's lanky framed. He's arrogant, puffed up. Bought the company uniform, pays $50 a month for that uniform service, and complains he doesn't make enough. And I said, well, you could have bought 5 pairs of pants for 20 bucks a piece. And I haven't even been here a year and I haven't paid a dime for uniform service. $50 a month. And I've been there, what, 7 months? That's 350 bucks down the potty. Well, I will be honest, she is beautiful. She came up and gave me a hug and I felt all that pressing into me. I'm like, oh, good grief. But I'm nice to people. And Blondie, when I turn, it's not going to go to gray. Redheads never go to gray. They go straight to white. We got some up in here somewhere. It's been there. It's been there. It's just like there. It's waiting for the breaker to go white. And poof, I'm going to be snow on the roof. I hate that. So I had to go it all the way back down my back. And when it's white, I can be in the Scooby-Doo band. Those weird guys up there going, yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know, I look at other people and they don't take me seriously. My pastor told me he's 64. I'm like, that can't be right. Every time I ask him, how you doing? Old. I said, stop, man. I'm 60. He goes, he's totally bald. He looks a lot older than me. Everybody in there that's my age looks a lot older than me. The guys at work that are younger than me look older than me. Yes, Carolina girl, I'm blessed with that. My hair has been thick. Really, Blondie. Carolina, how are you? Sangeeta. She's posting. That's so funny. Hey, but you know what? There's some black women that have shaved their heads and some white. Well, Sinead O'Connor did it, and they still were able to pull it off, and they still look cute. But guess what? No, I don't have to worry about that, but guess what? When you're a Christian, for every gain over here, there's a curse over here. Looking this young, having this energy, I'm misread, misinterpreted. I'm teased, I'm razzed. People don't look at me and see a 60-year-old man. With my hair right now, I look like I could have been in a California 70s movie walking the beach. Dude, there is something about a look. BBL. That's good, Carolina girl. Are you in South or North? Shoot, Blondie, I know men that started going gray in their 30s. My dispatcher in Duluth, he's 35 and he's all gray, beard and everything. And he goes, how do you think I got this, Mr. Nelson? Doing dispatch. I said, got stress? He goes, got hair? Oh, yeah, when you go through treatment, that stuff knocks your hair out. My supervisor from Denver schools, Krista, she lost all her hair doing radiation, but it came back. She said it's thinner. She's retired now. She calls me still. She and her husband do a lot of cruises. Oh, got you, Carolina. Well, cool. Welcome to the channel. I'm glad you get something out of it. I like having people from all over. It's what makes the channel interesting. Did it really, Tammy? We had a guy, he was Mexican, born and raised in the U.S. He was a Christian brother, and he was so funny. Mike Ramirez at the Peterbilt aluminum factory I worked at in the 80s. He would suck his gut all the way in. He was slender, and you could see all of his rib cage. He walks up to me in the warehouse, brown skin, pulls up his shirt, sucks his gut, and you can see all his bones. Yes, I'm Dr. Ramirez, and I'm here to discuss the famine situation in Ethiopia. And I said, you idiot, get out of here. He would clown around so much. Oh my gosh. He would clown around so much. Really, Carol? I didn't know that. Well, if I get cancer, that's it. I'm done. I can't afford that chemo. I'm done. Turn the circuit breakers off. They say the cancer exists in all of us. There's a mechanism that turns it on. I don't know if that's true or not. Really, Danola? Welcome back, Danola. I wish that I had gotten the blue or green eyes. Oh my gosh. Green, especially. I would have loved green eyes with my red hair. Do any men ever have green eyes? I've met women with green and blue. Has there ever been a man with green eyes? Danola, welcome back. Oh my gosh, that went through him fast. That went through him fast. 2 months? What's good? I just wolfed down my dinner while you were walking Poochie. Who sang the song, ladies? Don't it make my brown eyes blue? Who sang it? Female artist. Who was it? You have green eyes, Danola? Let me look into your eyes and be mesmerized. Because green eyes tell no lies. And I'll have no other alibis when I stare into your green eyes. Crystal Pale, boom, you're quick. I knew that because my sister had that album when I was a kid. Middle school. Oh, got you, Colette. I'm like, what's with the delayed response? Colette late to the party. Love you, Colette. Memories. Half and half. Really? No, I waste a lot of time on the internet. I'm not going to lie about that. Man, this thing is choking me. Let's loosen it up. Just a hair. There we go. Oh, Hawaii is beautiful. I flew into it in 2018. Barbara Streisand's views, no, but her music was good. Wasn't she the one that stood on a California beach and said, "I'm God"? No, that was Shirley MacLaine. Fruit nugget. Fruit nugget. Danola's got the hand up. Everybody put your hands up. Woo, woo, woo. We're at the club. Emergency, emergency. Paging Dr. Beats. Emergency, emergency. Paging Dr. Beats. Did he have the laugh? Yeah, except for the images I look at. I need a love. It is a deterrent. People may disagree with me, but it is a deterrent. When you have somebody with you and you're focused on a relationship, you know, and you have a good relationship. Santa Lee. I dated my first girlfriend in Duluth was Caroline Santa. Her dad was Finlander. She told me he bought a Christmas tree and it was too tall for the house. So instead of cutting the bottom, he cut the top off, wedged it between the floor and the ceiling. He says, there, it won't fall. They were weird up there. Weird. I try to be constructive with the video talks. I was jammed to the ceiling. Probably had to repair the sheetrock after he pulled it out. I remember I had a Christmas tree in Duluth. That was the last time I did it. My friend cut down a big pine tree in his yard. I had 12-foot ceilings in that old building. Tree took up half the corner of the living room, and he put these big outdoor lights and wrapped it all around. It looked so tacky. Turned it on, it was like, dang. National Lampoon's Christmas. The meter box is going like this. The neighbors are complaining. Oh, you hear about that on the news. People calling the city complaining that the neighbor's Christmas display is too much. Especially the flashing ones. You're in your room and you're on your bed and your whole wall's going. That drive me nuts. Anybody ever seen National Lampoon? That was funny. Vacation and Christmas, those were stupid funny movies. Or Ernest Goes to Camp, so silly. The Griswolds. The Tacky Light Tour. Hey, when I was in Duluth, I had to pick up the old biddies at the Lakewood Senior Center in Duluth at night, and it snowed. It snowed. I had my 40-foot bus, picked up all these old ladies, helped them on, and got to drive around in a snowstorm showing them the lights. Very nice people. And they wrote a letter to my boss. We just wanted to tell you, Michael Nelson was the kindest man to us, putting up with us old biddies and driving this bus so smoothly and in the snow. And he didn't fuss about anything. We kept steering him wrong, and he was so jovial about it because they had a route that they wanted me to go. I'm so sorry. It's not this street. It's the next one. We go, no, I think it's the next one. And I'm like, I get paid for this. They can make all the mistakes they want. I'm a paid limo driver, big yellow 40-foot bus, and I'm just driving around. And you know what? Those old ladies really appreciated people who did stuff for them. I'm going to tell you, you treat old people wrong, come back to bite you when you're older. And I was very good with old people. I'd do the Tuesday and Wednesday grocery shuttle. There was a guy that came out of Grace Salone Plaza. It used to be called the Duluth Hotel. And I was at a very prestigious, very old, when it actually was Hotel Duluth. And one night my wife had fallen asleep when I was married. And it was like, she called it Ships, and More Ships. Discovery Channel was airing back-to-back Titanic stuff. And they had pulled up all this wreckage from the ocean floor. And they opened a suitcase, and she had fallen asleep. I'm looking at the objects. How did paperwork survive in a suitcase on the ocean floor? Intact. And I'm looking and I see an advertisement, perfect shape, Hotel Duluth. I went, oh, somebody on the Titanic was going to Duluth. Oh, that blew me away. And I bought was a silver dish, real silver, from a lady at a garage sale in Park Point. I had turned it over because I knew it was old. I said, Hotel Duluth, how much you want for this? 50 cents. Here you go. That was prestigious. They had silverware settings and the whole thing. Now they've turned it into senior living, classic, old school building. Anybody see the movie Iron Will with the sled dogs? That was used. The lobby was used in that movie. And if anybody saw Iron Will, the City Hall of Winnipeg, that was Central High School. I lived across the street from it and could look at it from my window. The big brownstone 3-story with the big central clock tower. That was awesome. But, yeah. They said a bear walked into the Hotel Duluth back in the day, walked right in the front door and came in the lobby. I'm like, okay. But there was a guy that come out of there. I think it was either Tuesday or Wednesday. That stopped it. They called it was Hotel Duluth, and then they renamed it Gray Salon. And he had a cane, and I don't know what he had, but that cane was going all over the place. And when he come out the door, I had to grab the end of the cane, hold one of his hands, take him to the bus. If you didn't grab that cane, you get whacked in the face. Drivers who used to do that say, Mike, you still got that old guy with the cane? I said, oh yeah. I said, the first thing I do is grab and steady that thing. Mike, I got belted across the nose with that damn cane. I said, I know. He comes out and it's going all over the place. Oh, it was so funny. Even the lady said, Michael knows what he's doing. He hasn't got hit by that cane yet. I think it was. Nice man. And they would all tip me in quarters. $30, $40 in quarters. Never dollar bills, never dimes or pennies, quarters. That's so funny. I had to go down narrow alleys to get to the back of these senior centers, or senior low rises. Man, there's 2 feet of snow in the alley. It's snowing. I got stuck one day with seniors on board because I went to turn and you just got hung up. Mechanic guy comes out. He says, boy, you got her in here good. I said, he goes, why did they make you go into this? I said, it's the electric building. The door is back here. He said, that's so stupid. He said, well, I got to give you credit. This is the only time you've called in. And we've had a lot of snow. I said, I normally get in here. But I said, if you look across the street, they had the snowbanks so high that I thought I'd turn right, straighten out, and back in. And right when I turned, the back end slid and the front wheel slid. And I couldn't go. I couldn't back it up. I couldn't go forward. I was going to take the mirror off. Stupid. Those seniors were so good about everything. They never got mad at me. I don't know how you drive this big old bus around, Michael. Why doesn't the city plow this? I said, they don't plow the alleys, that's why. Well, they should. I'm going to complain when I get home. Thanks, Miss Mail. I'll take your advice. Oh, you must be one of Clownface's trolls. And I'm not a trans. That's a lie. Got to do better than that. Abuse Mel. Jokers to the right, clowns to the left. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yeah, Tammy, old people humble us. That's right, Janola. That's that's the little boy claiming to be a girl channel, one of his disciples of Satan coming over here to stir the pot. Yep. And I said, I don't know if you guys heard my live. I had two lives this morning, and on one of them I said, anybody comes over here and says he's airing a video, they're permanently blocked, even if they're regular. I'm done. I'm going to do what I need to do. Done. It's funny that they would do that when he's trans. I thought he was against harassment of trans, but his disciples of Satan come over here and crazy. Anyways, moving right along. Another weekend down the tubes. E-I-E-I-O. I did like working for transportation with the schedule because I had a lot of days off. That I miss. This is a job where you're in it every day. Our next holiday is Memorial Day. Then the next is the 4th of July. Then Labor Day in September. Then the long haul to Thanksgiving. Yeah, exactly, Colette. See, our channel has more peace. We don't have fighting and stuff in here. Which tells me we got good people. Yep. It should be the last week of May. Colette's dancing. It's a great. I'm waiting with suspense. What's she going to say? It's a great. I agree, but they're doing it to rage bait. That's the new thing with these youngsters, is to rage bait and to create hatred and discord. And we know what the word says about those. Warn a strife causing, warn a divisive man once, twice, then have nothing to do with them. So when we see those rude comments, you just throw them out. Rage baiting. Ah, send the chilly weather to me, Tammy. What state are you in again? Yeah, I made a decision last night. The rage bait stuff, I'm not going to tolerate it. And I don't endorse anybody who does rage baiting. It's sick, and I don't agree with it. You need to have something to talk about, or gardening, or a hobby. But if you're going to just get on here to get people to fight and promote hatred, which in turn promotes violence, and my shtick is nonviolent. I don't promote violence, and people that do that kind of hateful, that cursing and the foul things, it's all designed to cause people to hate, and hatred turns into violence. And I don't like that. Oh, Ohio. Well, dang, maybe I need to go there. Colette, you're not far off. Ohio has their weather, though. I know you can have. I remember when I was in Akron, the summers were hot and wet, not near like here. I think after living in Georgia, I think Ohio would feel awesome. Look at all these old toys. A glowworm. Remember the glowworm? See the big wheel? That's funny. What else they got in here? Anybody ever play this game? Remember Yahtzee? Knock his block off. Rock'em sock'em robots. Pickleball Simon. Kerplunk. Viewmaster. Battleship. Chess. Operation. Oh man, that was so hard. They put the little tweezers and pull. I hated that. Anybody ever play Operation or Ants in the Pants? Anybody ever play Pinnacle? Or Cribbage? Yes, Tammy. When I lived in Akron, it was miserable in the summer, and the allergies were bad. The ragweed is really severe there. Oh, did she, Colette? Yeah, they call them big wheels. I wish I could take what I know now and go right back to the 70s. There are places in America that would have been great to live in the 70s. Anybody ever do tile rummy? That was fun. She's in Tennessee, Tammy. Did you really, Colette? When were you in England? I remember Rummy Cube vaguely. Folks, I'm going to cut loose. I'm going to try to make a call before I hit the hay. But it's been fun. I appreciate you. Pleasant chat. Yeah, we got bluegrasses from Kentucky. There's a few people. Danola, that's awesome. What were you doing there, Colette? Thank you for the company, everybody, and thank you, all of you, for your kind nature, care, and concern and prayers. Thank you for that. I'm tired of all this mean hate. It's stupid. I mean, there's enough of it out there to go around. And you just want to come in and actually have fruitful conversation and humor and fun. All of you have a good evening. Have a good work week. God bless you, and everybody be safe.